Guys, so for this video we're going to be talking about college, and I decided instead of just like sitting and just talking straight to the camera that I would talk about college while I do my makeup, because I have to go to work in like 2 hours, so I have plenty of time. And yeah, so we're just going to be talking about my first year of college because I just got done. Today is Friday and Wednesday was my very last final, my very last day. I guess this will also kind of be like my makeup routine in a little way, I guess. So first I'm gonna put on a moisturizer, and I use this Clean and Clear one, but my whatever this part's called broke, so I have to just open it and do this now. I mean, it's the same effect, you know? So like I said, I just finished my first year of college, and I know I've talked about this in a bunch of videos before, so you guys already know, but just as a refresher, I did go to community college this year. I decided to go to community college because when I was in high school, like the whole 4 years, my plan was to move to Florida after graduation. It was like originally I was going to move with my dad, and then my dad's plans changed, and then I was going to move with my mom and my stepdad. So that was always my plan. I didn't think of anything other than moving to Florida. And then because of that, my plan was to at least do community for a year down there. That way I could build up residency before I moved to a university. So I didn't apply to any like big universities like a lot of my friends were doing, or like a lot of my classmates. My goal was just I was either going to take a year off, or I was going to do community for a year in Florida. Well, like a few weeks before I graduated high school, my mom and stepdad basically decided that we weren't going to be moving to Florida and that we were going to be staying here for at least another year. And so I was just kind of like heartbroken because that had been my plan for so long and I didn't really have any other direction. And so my only option left, because it was way too late to apply to any colleges around here, was to go to my local community college. And like most people probably are about community college, I was not happy about it. I felt like a failure. So to me, I wasn't thinking that it was like the college experience. And I also just went to a school with a lot of like rich kids, to be honest. And by the time school came around, I realized that like my 4 closest friends at the time were also going to that school, so I got really lucky. And just to like cut to the chase about community college, like it was definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made. I spent way less money on my tuition than a lot of people that I know that went away to university, and I will have a lot less in student loan. Another great thing about it was I got to stay close at home because I don't really think I was actually ready to go far away. And I think that's how a lot of people are. They assume that they just want to like get out and like never come back. But I actually know a lot of people that I graduated with that are coming back after this school year to go to schools around here because they all realized that they didn't want to be far away from home. And then another thing that I was concerned about with going to community was that like the classes weren't going to be as hard, or like that they weren't going to mean as much. I found out that the classes at my school are either at the same level or sometimes even harder than an actual university that's in this area. So that made me feel a lot better because I was kind of worried about that because I didn't really want to just waste my time. You guys might be wondering what I'm going to school for, and I went into this school year and for the last like at least my senior year of high school, I wanted to be a psychiatrist. Well, I just really loved psych in high school and whatnot. I found it really interesting. I've always wanted to be a doctor, but I think people's bodies are gross, so I couldn't be like a normal doctor. Somewhere in second semester, I just kind of had this breakdown, and I was like, I don't think that's what I want to do. Like, I kind of just lost all of my direction, and it just didn't sound, I don't know, it just didn't sound like that's what I wanted to do. And it's really frustrating because I know a lot of people that seem to know exactly what they want to do, and they're like perfectly on track for that, and I just feel really behind sometimes, but it's okay. I am only just barely a sophomore, so I have time. I'm not going to stress myself out about it anymore. Right now I am in the Associates of Arts program, which is just everything that's not something relating to like science or math, honestly. It kind of helps me like transition into my classes that I took this year. Because I chose to get that degree, I guess, I didn't have to take as many like science and math classes. I actually only had to take one math class my entire time at my community college, and I took that first semester, and that's because it was just like one of the highest maths that they offer, so there wasn't really anything after it. It was definitely the hardest class I've ever taken, and hardest class I've taken in college so far, and I think it was just because I passed it, so that's what matters. Know that to graduate from my school I had to take 2 sciences, and I just finished my bio class second semester, and then I have to take I think it's life science, something like that. Maybe it's not life science, I don't know, and I'm gonna do that probably second semester of next year. That is another just amazing thing about being in college, is that you get to pick your classes and pick your schedule. Like, even if your school has like general eds that you have to do to graduate, like, you still get to pick what exactly those like they might say that you need a certain like category of English classes, but you get to choose from those English classes, and then you also get to choose what days that you do that and like what time of the day that you do that. And I think that is so great, because that's one thing I hated about high school, is I didn't have any control over it. Even though they would like call us down and tell us to like pick our classes, we only ever really got to pick our electives, and I completely pick my own schedule now. And sometimes it's a little stressful because like I was trying to pick my classes for fall semester of this year, of the next school year, and like none of the classes I wanted to take were like on good days or at good times, and so I'm just kind of stressing now a little bit about what classes I'm going to take fall. And like with choosing your schedule, what I did was I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which I also know I've talked about in a million videos, but that's what I did first and second semester. And I thought it was awesome because I'm the type of person that high school used to, well, one of the reasons high school used to stress me out was because I had to go there every single day, and I never really got a break because you get so used to having the weekend that it doesn't really do anything anymore. So having Tuesdays and Thursdays off was so great. And a lot of my friends did like a full week of classes, even if they only had like one class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they hated it. So like if you can take Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or even just Tuesday, Thursday, definitely do that. I have another friend that did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I definitely recommend that because it helps so much in keeping you not as stressed out. Like, I don't feel like I was stressed about school really at all this year, nowhere near compared to how I used to be stressed in high school. So another thing with classes in college is that you can take online classes, and I did that my second semester with my English class because my English class first semester was just such a breeze, and we did everything on the computer, and it was like I really didn't even need to be in class, so I decided to take it online for second semester. And I don't want to say that I regret it, because it was a lot less coursework than my English 101 had been first semester, but it was just to throw myself under the bus. I am not good at time management, and I am definitely a big procrastinator, and you just cannot do that, cannot be like that if you're going to take an online class, because it's just like totally on you to remember about your assignments and remember like when things are due, because there's no one reminding you. My grade in English 101 was awesome, and my one in 102 was not that great compared to 101. I see this a lot on Twitter. It's like a Twitter joke, I guess, about how in high school your teachers make it seem like college is going to be so hard. And honestly, that was lies, because college, professor-wise, is so much easier than high school. Like, I feel like they actually care a little bit more in a weird way, because since they don't even see you that often and they have so many other students. But like, I remember one time I couldn't go to school because something happened, and I emailed my professors and I was like, look, I know that I am not going to give you my full attention if I go to class today, so I just want to let you guys know that's why I'm not going to be there. And every single one responded so nicely and like gave me advice, told me that like, you know, I hope you get through what happened, blah blah blah. Like, it was just really awesome. I feel like in high school the teachers would have been like, yeah, you need to just show up, like. And I like going back to the whole Twitter joke thing. Like, I love it because people like post videos of their teachers like standing on top of their desk and singing and dancing and whatnot. And I haven't had any professors that like eccentric, I guess. But I did have one that would bring us coffee. Like he would get coffee catered from the Starbucks on campus, and they would like bring it in, and it was so awesome. And I had another teacher that ordered us all Girl Scout cookies, and we got to eat them in class one day. And then we also got to watch a movie for like 3 days in class, and we got to go down to the campus theater and watch it. And then she brought us all popcorn. Like, yeah, college is great. And going on that, I don't know if it's just a me thing, because I honestly did not like high school, and so that's why I like college so much. Because I know some people that like reminisce on high school a little too much, in my opinion, because I just think, like, I always say this, but peaking in high school is gonna be the most pathetic thing ever. So yeah, I don't know. If you hated high school, then you will probably love college. I think it is so much better. But if you loved high school, I don't know how much you're gonna like college. I don't know if it'll be the same or what, but I'm going to talk about like what I was gonna say, like what having friends in college is like. But one thing that, just diving right into like the life lessons, one thing I learned is that you are probably not going to keep your high school friends in college. So like I said, I went into college with 4 of my best friends, and 3 of them I had went to high school with. Like we went to the same school. And I am not friends with one of them at all anymore. And also like my friends that I had in high school, but then they went away, it's so hard to stay in contact. Like maybe it's just me, because I'm the type of person that like I suck at communicating if I don't see you that often. And it won't be like anything happen, like I'll still love you, I will still consider you one of my friends, but like if I just don't see you, it's gonna sound horrible, but I kind of just forget. And like I hate that I'm like that, because I hate that I feel like I make people think that I don't care about them anymore, which is definitely not the case. I feel like the only time people really stay connected to their high school friends is when you go away to university, and then you come home for break, and then it's like those are the only people you have to hang out with, because you don't have your college friends, and then everybody's just back home. So that's when I think it works. But yeah, but I just don't want people to think that like it's a bad thing to drift apart from their high school friends, because everybody says this, and I 100% agree, that college is when you find yourself. And I just realized with one of my friends that I went into college with that we were just on very different paths. It's gonna sound so horrible, but I haven't really felt like anything was missing from my life since ending that friendship. And that doesn't mean that it wasn't great to me when we were friends. It just means that like I did the right thing, because we just weren't meant to be friends anymore. Like, and everybody's right, like your college friends are kind of like some of the best people you'll ever meet. And maybe it's just because like you're like, I don't know why, but I love my friends that I've made in college. But I will say the thing that everybody talks about but does suck the absolute most is when breaks come around and then you have to leave them. And people always say that your college friends are the ones that last a lifetime. So the next thing that I want to talk about, that if you're going into college you're probably really curious about, is the parties. So I will definitely say that from what I can tell from my friends that went to university, there are way more parties at a university than there are at community college. And I think that's just because a lot of people that go to community probably still live at home, or there's just no frats or sororities to throw parties. So some of my friends were like the ones that threw parties, but they were usually more like intimate and kind of just like our big friend group, and not really like a free-for-all, like everybody can come, blah, blah, blah. Alright guys, so that's gonna be all for my little get ready with me while talking about college. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that if you're in college, you related to it, or if you're going to college, maybe considering going to community, that you really do consider it. I don't think that you miss out on anything by going to community, and you save so much money, which I think is a huge factor in the long run. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!